If you like this video, why not subscribe?
Hey everyone, we're back with the weekly recap here on President's Day. It's the show where we look back at the past week at emails, comments, and links in sort of a podcast format. I'm Scott, your host. And if you're interested in the links from last week that accumulated on the Facebook group and were published on Twitter, go ahead and look below. They're all down there, so you don't have to sit and listen to anything I have to say if you don't want to. Just look at the links. If you do want to sit there, basically, as I said, it's a podcast, so I'll be talking the whole time with the occasional annotation to help refer you to the video that I'm talking about. So last week we started on, the question of the week was, how do you like the format, which was the twice a week format, podcast on Monday, or the recap Q&A on Monday, and then a regular show every Wednesday, Thursday if I'm late. The response to that was pretty positive. Everyone seems to like the format. A couple of you worried about me getting burnt out, and I worry about myself too, but the content's there, and I seem to have the time to do this, sort of. So I'm going to keep pushing ahead. This seems to be the best schedule, I think, twice a week, to just keep stuff flowing. So appreciate everyone's comments and support. And the video last week was growing the YouTube channel. Seemed to be pretty popular. Everyone seemed to like it. I think that video's had the most likes of any video that I've produced, I think, lately. Although I didn't look back at the crane video and the stabilizer video, which are the most popular. But the likes seem to be the most so far recently, as long as I've been doing this show anyway. Okay, so the question this week I wanted to share with everyone, which I'm going to talk a little bit about a little bit more through the show, is, as you know, my goal is to introduce long-form content, because that's one reason I became a YouTube partner, was to open up the time limit. The question is, what would you prefer as far as storytelling, the audience here? Do you prefer like a web series, weekly 10-minute episodes for about 8 weeks, or would you prefer an entire feature uploaded so you could watch the whole thing on YouTube? So that's going to be the question. Feature or web series? You decide, or at least let me know. All right, we're going to start with going over our comments from the past week, comments from YouTube. We're going to start with WebTricks1. I made a comment about the Growing the YouTube Channel show episode. He or she says, question, I have another channel which is for my vid production biz. I put my client work on that channel. I'm starting to do some screencasting how-to vids as well. Do you see a downside in using that channel for client work and moving towards content to become a YouTube partner? I would like to drive traffic to my biz, or should those be separate? So basically the question WebTricks has here is, should you have two channels on YouTube? I've thought about this too, and I've noticed like some of the big YouTubers have multiple channels. Freddie Wong has his regular channel, releases stuff every week, and he also has a channel for the behind-the-scenes videos that he produces. I'm of the opinion that I think your channel should have a main theme. You know, a theme like this one obviously is about low-budget filmmaking, but I don't agree that you should split that up. Maybe if you were as big as Freddie Wong, you might be able to do that, but by breaking up your content, you're also going to break up your views, because not everyone is going to go to that second channel, even if you refer them from the first channel. So you're automatically going to lose viewers. I prefer to keep everything on one channel, just keep everything in one place. But you know, that may change. If your numbers are insane, maybe that's not a bad idea. But I think if you're just starting out, or if you still have a fairly conservative subscriber base like me, I would say keep it in one place. Keep everything focused, so that you're not fragmenting your audience. Okay, KSEI, DULE, KSEI, made a comment on growing your YouTube channel. They say, ask a question, what is your favorite vid of yours? My favorite video that I have made, I think, definitely is probably the narrative stuff, which is ironic because they tend to be the least popular. It's interesting how you release a how-to video, they seem to be pretty well received. But as soon as you go into storytelling mode, you get the most dislikes, you get some of the most negative comments. But those are the things that I like. I mean, the last one I did, Temp Insanity, I like telling stories like that, stories that are a little off kilter, a little weird, perhaps. Twilight Zone is a huge influence on me. So yeah, so even though those aren't the most popular, those are the ones I like, is the narrative storytelling. That's all I want to do, is tell stories. I don't mind doing the how-to videos, definitely, but they aren't my favorite, ironically enough. Deluxe 007MX made a comment on growing your YouTube channel. He says, I have a question. How accurate are Social Blade estimate earnings? I know you probably can't give a straight answer to this for legal reasons, but you don't have to be very specific. Thanks. Deluxe 007MX is referring to Social Blade, which is a tracking website that will track YouTube channels, and you can see the numbers on a daily basis as far as views, subscriber increases. But the most interesting thing about Social Blade is in the right hand column, and I'll leave a link to this for mine because it tracks mine as well, is the estimated earnings. If you're getting Google AdSense on your videos, what's the range of income you can possibly earn. And it's impossible to say for sure, of course, because you can't predict how many people are going to click on those ads or however Google does it. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a range. It seems like sometimes if you take the low number or the high number and divide it by the lower number, that can be accurate, but sometimes not. Sometimes I'm on the low end. I've never been on the high end of that range, but I say it's kind of accurate. I mean, what's really impressive is if you put in somebody like Freddie Wong's channel, Freddie W. Just look at the low end of the yearly earnings. It's like 200 grand a year. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So I would say that that's the low end, at least, is an accurate guess. It's probably somewhere middle to low end, but then, again, there's no way to verify that. So, but it is good to know. See what the potential is there. Okay, Simon44 made a comment on growing your YouTube channel. He says, "How did you apply for partnership?" I presume that's different to just simple monetization. I have monetization, but not partnership. A lot of people told me this. It's like, hey, you don't need to be a YouTube partner to get monetized. And that's true. If you have a channel and you have a video that gets enough traffic, a little button will eventually pop up saying monetize if you want to monetize that video. The advantage of being a YouTube partner is you can monetize every video and you don't have to wait for YouTube to give you permission. To apply for partnership, I forgot to look this up, but I'm pretty sure. I know that it's in your tools. You've got all those tools YouTube gives you, and you can apply through there. Google, apply for YouTube partnership, and you'll find it. And it's not that difficult. It's really fast. You don't have to, give them all kinds of information. You say, that you want to be a partner, and they'll let you know in about a week or so. And like I said last week, or in the past episode, that even if they don't give it to you, you can try again in 2 months. That's really the only penalty if they don't accept you. Type A Entertainment made a comment on the camera stabilizer rig for under $5. They ask, is the hinge T-joint something you made yourself? I can't find any for the life of me. Hardware and plumbing stores have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm sorry about this. I thought I put an annotation on this video because I think originally I called it a hinge T, a hinge T-joint. But then I later found out that it's actually called a snap T because this section, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically a PVC T-joint with an open end. You can actually press onto the PVC pipe, or press onto PVC pipe so it snaps into place and sort of acts as a hinge. That's why I called it a hinge T-joint, but actually it's a snap T. If you Google PVC snap T, it'll pop up. I found mine at Lowe's. I know these aren't everywhere, and this is a Lowe's in Salt Lake City, so I haven't even checked here to see if I can find them because I haven't had any use for them since then. But that's what it's called, a snap T. You can also order them online if you can't find them. So I apologize for the confusion. I need to check my terminology better, I realize, because sometimes I call something what I think it is, and then people go to a hardware store and the employees give them funny looks. So I apologize for that. Steel Intangibles made a comment on the recap Q&A last week. How's the new format? They ask, you talked about filming in 1080p and posting in 720p on YouTube. Could you talk a bit about that? Do you set the project in your editor to 720p and scale every clip down, or do you edit in 1080p and scale down when you export? Do you know of how many of your videos are displayed in 720p on YouTube? Are there any statistics about this? All right, one at a time here. Yes, I have talked about shooting in 1080p. I believe that was in my episode workflow video. And then posting in 720p. And the reason, again, that I do that is that I always want to shoot in the maximum bitrate, maximum resolution that I have, because for a couple of reasons. One thing is I want to be able to crop to 720p or crop the frame for whatever reason and still maintain resolution. So if I shoot at 1080p and I want to crop a little bit, I can. And then exporting at 720p, since it's down resing anyway, I won't lose anything as long as I'm not cropping a massive amount. But that's why I do that. And then to get to 720p, I just export the whole project at 720p. I don't do individual clips. I just do whatever I want and then export at the end. And do I know how many of my videos are displayed in 720p? Well, I don't know how many people actually click on that option, but I know that every one of my videos has the 720p option. I don't think I've ever uploaded in 1080p. I don't, probably because I don't really see the need right now. Oh, another reason I shoot in 1080p, or that I recommend everybody should shoot in their maximum resolution in HD, is because in the future, even if you're exporting to SD for whatever reason, standard definition, in the future, if you want to go back and maybe do a remaster in high definition, or for whatever reason, you'll have it in that format. There's no reason really that you should shoot in a lower resolution, even if you're going to go to that resolution, because you should always have the option to go back and do something with it in high def, I think. So, okay, Per Kane made a comment on the recap Q&A. How's the new format? Just a quick question about improving sound quality. What do you think of using a run-of-the-mill digital voice recorder like the Olympus VN5000 instead of a more expensive and sophisticated device like the Zoom? Do you think I could get decent sound from something like this? Something like that? Sure. I mean, I don't know that specific device, so I can't say. However, I think it's a pretty safe guess to say that voice recorders like that, which are just made to record like lectures and things like that, use the same electronics that, let's say, a camcorder would. They're going to have mic input, they're going to have a headphone jack if you're lucky, which is what you want because you want to be able to monitor your sound. I don't know if that many of them have audio levels, or that they give you an accurate mark or an accurate target to shoot for, which is supposed to be negative 12 dB, which is what something that, the entry-level digital audio recorders like the Zoom H1 and Tascam DR05 give you. Plus, their electronics are always going to be better because they're made specifically to record audio. And they sound really good, even with a cheap microphone like the Radio Shack Lav that I typically use. But you can use a voice recorder. But again, I would recommend that if you're going to use one, make sure that you have, obviously, a mic input, headphone jack so you can hear what you're getting, and then levels and the ability to adjust those levels, namely manual audio control. You don't want AGC or auto gain control because the electronics are going to, raise the noise floor when they can't hear anything. You'll get that awful hissing. So, and typically, and I think even these voice recorders, I guess they run around $50. So I would, if you're going to get one of these, get it from a store, a brick and mortar store that you can take it back if you don't like it. I can highly recommend the Zoom and the Tascam. Those are really good recorders. They're made to be recorders. They're better than, like I said, even a camcorder that has a mic input. Like a Canon, the Canon that I use has a mic input, headphone jack, manual audio levels, which are great, but pales in comparison to the Zoom or the Tascam. So, because they're specifically made for audio. All right, Monster Tunes sent me a video response to the recap Q&A last week, and I know this is Sean from the Facebook group. Sent me a video response asking me about the competition. Sorry, I don't have the video response. I was going to show it on my phone, but I was worried about technical difficulties. So Sean asks about the video competition that was brought up on Facebook. A lot of people were excited about that, which is basically like a film festival. They wanted, suggested that Dave Knopp and I, Knopp could be judges. We could have a monthly contest. It's actually a great idea, and I'm actually still working on that with Knopp. We haven't finalized anything, and I've been trying to figure out a place to put this in my schedule also, because I've got pretty much 3 weeks taken care of, and then there's that 4th week that I was going to use for short films, or the 5th week used for short films, if there was a 5th Wednesday. But that'd be a good place for it. I'm still working out the details, so it's still in the works. I'm sorry it hasn't materialized instantly. I've got 10,000 things on my plate right now, so I'm trying to get them all taken care of. But it was a great idea. It was basically 1 to 3 minute film contest, and people would send stuff in, and I think it's a great idea. So that's still in the works, Sean. And he also asks, why am I in my car when I record the recap Q&A? And if you didn't see the first couple episodes, that's a really good question. The reason I'm in the car is because I don't have any dedicated studio space, and a lot of times when you see me in my apartment doing intros, I have to set up for that. That takes time. I don't have a lot of time to do these shows, and plus I'm in grad school, so for example right now I'm in the university parking lot to do this because I have a portable studio basically. A car is pretty good acoustically to do this kind of thing, or any kind of VO or ADR you ever need to do. A car is a good place. And it moves around, so I can always do this at the same time of day no matter where I am, because I have this portable space. In the future, I would love to have dedicated studio space for these things where we didn't have to set up lights every time and everything. So it was just a kind of a thing a convenience move so that I would be able to do this on a regular basis weekly. Hope that is satisfactory. And I don't think it bothers too many people. A couple people are kind of miffed every time I'm in here, but sorry. If you'd like this show, this is really the only way to get it right now. 19Overton85 made a comment on make a PVC light stand for under $5. They asked, can what you teach be put to use in photography, like your episode about three-point lighting? Absolutely. In fact, there's a lot of crossover between photography and videography. Obviously, you're dealing with the same lights, same type of light color temperature, all that stuff applies. In fact, the more you can learn about photography, the better filmmaker you're going to be, and vice versa. So, yes. V Black VFX made a comment on camera crane jib for $30. He asks, or he or she asks, how heavy is that crane? Because I want to know if my tripod is suited for that. It's pretty heavy. The weights themselves, I believe, are around 20 pounds, and that steel pole is somewhere between 5 and 10. So you're looking at around 30 pounds. I know my tripod is rated at 25, I believe. Seems to do pretty good. But yeah, you need a heavy-duty tripod or some kind of stand that's going to be able to take that weight. I don't recommend using PVC for a crane because it's too wobbly. And you're still going to need counterweights of some kind. So don't skimp on that stand or tripod or whatever you decide to use, because you don't want the whole thing collapsing with your camera. Because even though the crane parts may only cost around $30, you're probably going to have a nice camera attached to the end of it and a monitor maybe, which you all could potentially be destroyed. So be careful and use adequate equipment there. Transformer 244 has made a comment on quick release puck. That's the Sima quick release that I'm always recommending and is always sold out on Amazon. On the PVC stabilizer rig, how long is the screw after you shorten it to accept the quick connect puck? And he's referring to, in that episode, the quick release puck episode, I actually took off the spring-loaded screw on my stabilizer rig and put in a quick release, Sima quick release, quick connect, so that I could easily exchange my camera in and out. And as a result, the screw ended up being shorter, and I unscrewed it this morning to check it. It's 1 1/4 inches. The threads are 1 1/4 inches. So that's what you need to do. And then, of course, you have to trim that T, like in the video. All right, Denny Guitar God made a comment on the Frugal Floater DIY Steadicam. He asks, do you need a back weight when you're using a DSLR? I would assume so, but that rig has never been tested with a DSLR, so I don't have an answer for you, really. The DSLR is a more square shape, so the weight distribution is going to be different, I'm pretty sure, where, you know, camcorder like I use is more of it rides along that macro focus rail. So I'm not sure if you need a back weight. It hasn't been tested. You can try it yourself if you want, but I can't make any guarantees on how it's going to work because I've never done that. That's probably something I need to do in the future when I have the opportunity to put a DSLR on that rig. So I hope that helps. Okay, FlowK57 made a comment on the camera stabilizer rig for under $5. They ask, I have the same camera, but I use a Rode NTG1 shotgun microphone on top, connected to a JuiceLink CX231 mixer. Is there a way I could convert the stabilizer so that it would work with the equipment I'm using now? Absolutely. The great beauty of that rig is that the whole thing costs $5, and all those lengths of the pipe are basically set up for my camera. You could easily, you know, make them longer, shorter. You could put your Rode mic on top in that mount that I put my Shockman in. You could just, you know, plug your Rode into like a PVC plug or something and pop that into the top of that cross T on top. So yeah, this rig is super flexible. It's super cheap. You can make all kinds of adjustments to it with very little money. Lots and lots of people have done that on the Facebook group over and over and over. So yes, feel free to mod away. Send me a picture too, or post it on Facebook. Okay, now on to the emails. We have a question from Francisco Gonzalez Jr. Sent me a great email asking me, in my opinion, what are some of the ways to break into the industry, and what is your own personal goal you want to reach? Do you want to direct, produce, or DP? That's director of photography, if you don't know. I admit it. I'm not an insider. I haven't even worked on that many professional film sets. The ones that I've worked on have been usually as an extra. But a lot of the stuff, you know, has been super duper indie, school stuff, my own projects. So, and I've pretty much given up on the dream of breaking into the industry because I'm older, and I don't plan ever on really going to Hollywood unless they come a-calling, which is probably not going to happen. I sort of switched in my focus to the internet. I'm really a big believer in going through the internet to distribute your stuff on your own. I did the festival thing a little bit at one time, but I'm totally gone away from that. I'm not a fan of the festival circuit. It's a great place to hobnob with other filmmakers, but I don't know how much it really helps a guy like me. That might work for other people that are kind of taking a traditional, conventional route. I'm not that guy. I'm specifically focusing on the internet, and my own personal goal, which kind of ties in with with the question of the week, which is, should I do a feature? Should I do a web series? My own personal goal is to build up this channel as a distribution venue so that I can make it as big as possible, and then when I'm actually able to release something of significant size or length, I'll release it here. I won't look for a distributor. It'll be completely VOD, video on demand, for anyone around the world that wants to watch it. And of course, the catch is, well, how do you make money doing that? Well, that's what I'm trying to do now with the Google AdSense and some affiliate stuff that I'm doing, trying to make this channel self-sufficient so that it can actually propel a film or a web series on its own, and that the audience, hopefully you guys, will be interested in stuff that I'm doing, because I'm trying to give to you first by sharing all these rigs that I've come up with, and hopefully some good ideas. Hopefully you think some of the stuff that I'm talking about is a good idea, so that in the future, when I actually make something of any kind of significance, that you guys will want to see it, and that you will watch it, and that those numbers, how many views I get or subscribers that increase or whatever, will help me, do the next project. So that's kind of my goal. It's been my goal ever since I've started, is to make this channel a venue for movie distribution. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Okay, Ron Muse asks about 1080p pocket camcorder versus DSLR camera. He says, is there really any noticeable difference in video picture quality between the two devices? Most definitely. It's all about sensor size. Pocket camcorders tend to have really small sensors, 1/4 inch, 1/6 of an inch. They get smaller and smaller. Where DSLRs, 3/4 inch sensors. The Canon 5D Mark II is a full 35 millimeter sized sensor. So yeah, it makes a huge difference. You get what you pay for, essentially. I don't see anything wrong with making movies on pocket camcorders at all, because to me it's not about the camera, it's about the storytelling and the lighting, and how good you're using technique. But those DSLRs have nice images, interchangeable lenses, look really good. Opens up a lot of options, but we don't all have the money for those. So, but yes, it does make a difference. Don't ever think that a $99 or $50, $99 pocket camcorder is going to look as good as a $1,000 60D or a $3,000 5D Mark II. It's just not going to happen. Okay, Reckless Cinema asks, I have a DSLR, but once in a while I like to record using my iPhone. I know you don't or didn't have an iPhone, but can you help me come up with an idea to make a tripod mount without spending the big bucks for one? You can get these really nice spring-loaded iPhone camera mounts. You can just stick your camera in there, and it holds it tight, and there's a tripod mount underneath, and they're $2.19 on eBay. So super cheap. I wouldn't even bother trying to make one. Just buy one. They're really easy to get. I'll leave a link below so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, 147-896-32539. Send me a message saying, I was wondering what you would suggest for a starter studio, background, lighting, etc. Kind of the whole channel I'm talking about this kind of thing. I don't know any specific, obviously learning about 3-point lighting is important. You can look at that video, get your own lights, clamp lighting episode, work light episode, just learn good lighting, background. I'm actually the belief that shoot on location as much as you can, because you can get some great locations that have some awesome backgrounds, and you don't have to have that kind of fake thing behind if you're shooting. But I don't know, I'll open this up to everybody. What do you think is a good starter setup? Obviously, you're going to need lights, you're going to need a camera, you're going to need some kind of a background. A lot of professionals use a cyc, that big white swooping thing behind the talent that they can use. I prefer location shooting, which means you're probably going to need reflectors so you can bounce sunlight around. And there's a good one on Amazon right now for like $12. I'll put a link below for that. That's kind of a really super broad question, but I hope I've helped you a little bit. Maybe, like somebody, other people watching this can leave some comments below about what they think. Starter Studio. Okay, Howard Schindler asks, I would like to know if you have any suggestions on how to film a small 4 to 10 foot wingspan controlled radio controlled model aircraft in flight flying up to 85 miles an hour. I have no idea how to do that. Maybe it's some kind of a chase plane, helicopter. Not real practical. I realize I'd probably be on the ground shooting up. I wouldn't know how to do that. Maybe mount a small camera or a wireless camera on the wing. I don't know. That's a toughie. So I'm sorry. I'm probably completely useless answering that question. Maybe somebody else can comment if they know. But your other question, how do you cover the LCD screen in bright sunlight? Well, I've actually got a little cheap sunshade that goes on my pop-out LCD view screen. Got it on eBay for $10. I'll put a link. It's a 2.7 inch cover, so if your screen's 2.7 inches, it'll work. If you don't have that size, you can always make them. A lot of people have made them out of paper or gaff tape. I really didn't like that solution because taking those on and off is a real pain and they get destroyed easily. So I just bought them. It's like a vinyl $10 model. Not very DIY of me, I know, but it wasn't that expensive. $10, not too bad, and it does help. Okay, Kevin Sedul asks, my question is, how do you tie into Amazon and B&H, etc. for monetization? All right, Kevin's asking about affiliate programs, which you can use through your websites or whatever. I am a B&H and an Amazon affiliate, and all that really means is you apply for affiliateship. B&H actually came to me and said, hey, your blog, your website is one of the top 5 for DIY filmmaking. We want you to be an affiliate. And Amazon, I just went on, you can Google Amazon affiliate program and learn how to get on Amazon affiliates, how to become an Amazon affiliate. Basically, it's the same idea, is that once you apply and they accept you, they give you a little ID, or they give you a way of embedding things in your links so that when people click on those links and go to their website, whether it's B&H or Amazon, and then whatever they buy after going through those links, you'll get a tiny percentage of, like 4%. I think B&H is 4% and Amazon is like 4 to 7. The thing I found out is that B&H is a professional equipment retailer. So whenever I would post links that would go to their site for whatever camera, people would usually just get that one thing and then not buy anything else. And what you really want is for people to go get that one thing or go look at that one thing and then go look around at a ton of other things and buy as much stuff as they want, because then you will get a percentage of that. I've had a lot more success with Amazon because Amazon has everything. So people will go through whatever, a link that maybe I will suggest, and they might get that one thing, or they'll get other things. I can constantly see what people are getting, and it's really interesting to see, oh, I didn't even recommend that. That's totally different. That's a movie, or that's a book, or completely unrelated, or a textbook. Somebody bought a video game once. I mean, it's cool. So I would definitely suggest Amazon if you have any kind of traffic at all. You can make a little money. It's just one more way to support your channel and what you're doing as a filmmaker. So that's how you do. Just Google Amazon affiliate program. I'm not sure about B&H, again, because they came to me. You might have to poke around their website if that's what you want. But you're probably, if you're like me, you probably won't have as much success with B&H, is because they sell professional gear that costs a lot more money. But if you are just a regular Joe, blue-collar filmmaker like me, you might have more success with Amazon. So there you go. Okay, that's the show. Sorry, this is so long. Again, the question this week is, on this channel, would you prefer to see something like a web series, which would be weekly releases for 8 weeks, about 10 minutes each, or would you prefer the entire feature uploaded? Just curious to hear your opinion about this. Coming up this week, this Wednesday, is a short film I made last semester called Hostages. It's about 1.5 minutes. I'll probably follow that the week after that with, since there's 5 weeks, 5 Wednesdays, with a making of episode. But that's what's coming up this week. Hope you got something out of this show, and I'll see you next Monday on the Recap Q&A.